It was during Truth or Dare at the alumni reunion, and the former campus queen was wasted. Someone asked her the most despicable thing she'd ever done. She pointed across the booth at me, giggling hysterically. I used his phone to delete his poor little girlfriend's desperate plea for help while he was in the shower, and then I texted back, "Drop dead." You guys wouldn't believe it. The pauper waited outside in the rain all night. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Laughter erupted through the private room, except for the man seated at the head of the table. The crystal wine glass in his hand shattered with a sickening crunch. Blood mixed with red wine streamed down his fingers. He stared at me, his eyes bloodshot, like he was seconds from murder. I calmly slid a napkin toward him. "Mr. Rise, you should wipe up. It's soiled. Some things, when stained, can never be washed clean." The Carlisle Club, Manhattan's most exclusive private membership space, was entirely booked for the evening. The word was, a newly minted venture capital titan, worth 9 figures, had returned from overseas and wanted to flaunt his success to his old college crowd. When the manager handed me the gold-embossed wine list, his eyes held a fleeting, unreadable pity. "Scout," Mr. Davies said, his voice low. "It's the V888 suite tonight. If you don't want to go, I can assign someone else." I adjusted my ill-fitting server uniform, offering him a faint smile. "It's fine, Mr. Davies. That's our highest spending suite. The corkage fees alone will net me a decent bonus. I need the cash, you know." He sighed, patted my shoulder, and walked away. I pushed open the door to the V888 suite, the heat wave hitting me instantly, thick with the scent of expensive perfume, Cuban cigars, and something else, the dizzying, nauseating smell of burning money. In the center of the plush leather sofa sat the man I hadn't seen in 7 years. He had changed completely. Gone was the memory of the fiercely proud, intensely stubborn boy in a faded hoodie and threadbare jeans. In his place sat a polished, cold-eyed business mogul, exuding the effortless authority of a true power player. He was leaning back, listening to someone next to him, a detached, almost bored smirk playing on his lips, and nestled against him was the woman who had stolen him from me all those years ago, Genevieve General Sinclair. Jen was draped in a custom white Chanel dress, her neck flashing with a diamond necklace that caught the ambient light like a beacon. She swirled the contents of her wine glass, radiating the smug arrogance of a proud swan. "Oh, Holden's back in the States mainly for me, of course. He's shifting his company headquarters because, well, we're finally getting engaged." A chorus of sycophantic praise immediately erupted. The campus beauty and the bring the match made in heaven. "Holden, you're on the cover of Forbes now." "Jen, you lucked out. It's the ultimate turnaround story. Unlike some people who traded up for cash and bailed, bet they're regretting that decision now." The intentional bar hung in the air, and for a silent second, every eye in the room pivoted to me, where I stood in the corner, expertly uncorking a bottle. I felt nothing. Like a numb marionette, I sliced the foil with a corkscrew, twisted the worm, and slowly pulled the stopper. Bordeaux, left bank. Optimal pour. After 20 minutes of decanting, I poured the breathing wine into the massive crystal goblet in front of Holden. Rise, my movements flawless, professional. Holden finally raised his head. His stare was a devastating cocktail. Contempt, disgust, raw hatred, and a subtle flicker of something deeper and arrogant indifference. He didn't reach for the glass, allowing me to hold it suspended in the air. My wrist, fatigued from balancing the heavy serving tray, gave a tiny, involuntary tremor. "Scout Davis?" He finally spoke, his voice a low, gravelly baritone. "I heard you dropped out of NYU before graduation. What happened? Did your trust fund boyfriend get bored and toss you out? Now you're scraping by, serving drinks in places like this." The room fell silent, the audience waiting for the spectacle. Jen theatrically covered her mouth, feigning shock as she looked at me. "Oh my god, it is Scout. How are you dressed like that?" "Honey, if you're really hard up, just tell me. Even though you threw Holden over for money, we're still old classmates. I'd be happy to arrange something for you, maybe a janitorial position at my father's firm." She deliberately lingered on the phrase, "threw Holden over for money." The whispers of judgment started. A fine, biting spray serves her right. Holden was so devoted back then. That's karma. Look at the CEO, he is now billions. And her? Waiting tables. The tide's turn, you know? 30 years down the road. I listened to the stinging comments with a blank expression, as if they were discussing a stranger.